Now, OJ niggas know I got them juice. Yo, what's up, ATL? This your boy Notorious Kill in the building, aka Kellogg's, BKA Don Kellyon, Big K, Circle K, all them, all of that. So we're back on another glorious day. Happy Friday, TGIF Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Um, your boy is back. I was gonna go live yesterday for our normal show, but it was so much going on. So I just wanted to just kind of reach out to y'all and just update y'all on a few things. Now earlier this week, I ended up covering the story about the young lady, the 16-year-old, and I do want to come back and I want to correct a few things that I had talked about. Um, the young lady actually was not graduating. She actually was 16 years old, and she actually was attending the event. So I wanted to come back and I wanted to update you guys on that, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. And I also want to, first and foremost, I want to send my condolences out to DC Young Fly. On yesterday, his the mother of his kids, she passed, and I know that it must be really hard for him right now. So sending my deepest condolences out to DC Young Fly and just all of the families that lost people this week. So shout out to y'all. My condolences goes out to all of y'all, and I hope he's holding up. Also, too, I want to send my prayers out to Jamie Foxx. It's he's been battling some things and stuff like that. I'm not really sure. I don't want to quote. I don't want to put anything out there, but whatever he's going through, I just want to wish him a speedy recovery on that and stuff like that. But first, I would like to get into my first video of the day. The young lady that was killed in Limburg. For all of you that are not aware of that, I would just like to go ahead and update you guys on that a little bit. Give me 1 second. It's crazy. It's been so many things going on, so it was just hard to keep up with everything. But I want you guys to take a look at this really quick.
Apartment, officers arrived on scene to find a person shot in a black Escalade being used as an Uber. We're told the passenger who was in the back of that vehicle was struck multiple times after a car drove up next to it and began firing into the vehicle.
This appears to be a targeted incident. As you can see, the number of shell casings, there were multiple shooters. But again, we just don't have a whole lot to give out right now.
Police have not released the victim's name, but neighbors identify her as Tisha Brody and said she moved from Guyana with her brother.
It turns out she only lives in the next block, so she was less than a block away from home. I think they just caught her at the red light. It looks like that she was ambushed.
Police also tell me the driver of the Uber was not injured. And again, they're asking anyone with information to come forward. The number to Crime Stoppers is 404-577-TIPS. Live in Buckhead, Bo Beth Yates, 11 Alive News.
And Bo Beth, hopefully someone will come forward. Thanks a lot for the update. By the way, folks, we're going to stay on top of the story, bring you any new details on air and on live at 11alive.com.
Okay, so my thing with that situation right there, and in a second I'm gonna play the 911 call from the Uber driver. But first off, my deepest condolences and my deepest sympathy goes out to the young lady's family. Her loved ones. I'm not sure if she had any kids or anything. I didn't hear anything about that, but my condolences goes out to the young lady. She seems like a sweet young lady, and I hope that who's ever responsible for this is definitely charged to the fullest extent. of the law because she didn't deserve that. And I definitely feel like, in my personal opinion, I'm not, really aware of any small details about the situation, but I definitely feel like this is it was definitely a targeted situation, whoever it was. They seemed like trained killers. You get what I'm saying? Because they shot up the car, and like the report said, they did not hit the Uber driver. And my first, your first initial reaction is, though, did he have anything to do with it? But I could tell by the guy's voice and the hurt, and the fear that was in his voice that he clearly couldn't have had anything to do with this situation. So I'm gonna share that with you guys in 1 second. Hold on, I got a bing somewhere. We'll share that with you guys in 1 second. But I just really think that, um that the situation was crazy and it was very unfortunate that happened to her. You know, be safe out here. It's so much senseless violence going on out here, and I know you guys probably get tired of me getting on here talking about that. But at the end of the day, this is what's current in the world today. Like I said, this young lady, she lost her life. She did not deserve that. The police are still trying to figure out the details. They're not releasing any information right now, but you know, just gonna keep my ears open and my eyes open. I just ask everybody, just be aware of your surroundings. Be careful who you dealing with, and friends too. You get what I'm saying? You see the situation happened to the girl that took the trip with her friend, so-called friends over there in Mexico and stuff like that, and then that end up happening. That unfortunate incident end up happening, and even with that, they're not really getting any justice on that situation. So I just say, just be careful out there, you guys. And I'm definitely sorry that that happened to that young lady. And my deepest condolences goes out to her family and our loved ones, because I know that this must be a tough time for them. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play this video call from the Uber driver, and I just really want you guys to take a deep listen to this call because it was disturbing to me for so many different reasons, and you'll see why. Just give me 1 second; it's gonna pop up for you. But just take a listen. And you can clearly hear that the guy was distraught.
I don't know where I am.
Hello, sir. I need to know
I don't know where.
I need to know what street you're on.
I don't know which street I am. Because somebody shot in them. No,
Someone shot at your car?
no, somebody shot in my car. I'm one driver.
Okay, listen, I need to know where you are.
Like you see how
Lindbergh
him.
Drive.
Lindbergh Drive and what?
And I can't get. I'm scared to somebody shot me to see that.
Lindbergh and what? Piedmont?
Lindbergh and yeah,
Piedmont?
somebody
Listen, sir. I want you to listen, okay?
somebody killed in my car.
Okay, listen. I need to know where you are. Are you at Lindbergh and Piedmont?
Lindbergh, you need to get out from the car and I see.
Huh?
Lindbergh and the Adina.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to put the ambulance on the line. Hold on.
Okay.
I just think this is
Grady
ridiculous.
Mass Operator 992. What's the address of your emergency?
Hey, Grace, Atlanta. He said he's at Lindbergh Drive and Adina Drive. Lindbergh and Adina, because someone's been shot in his car. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, somebody shot in my car. Huh?
Spell your street name for me.
Lindbergh and Adina.
Atlanta, can you spell that for me?
Lindbergh, Grady. Lindbergh.
'Cause they rude with each other.
Lindbergh. Adina, Adina. Drive.
Okay, yeah, it's not locking for me. Give me 1 second. Adina. Atlanta, did those the address lock for you?
Yes.
And
And
so
sir,
they talking like they got
is someone
attitudes with
shot or
each
did
other.
someone shoot at your car?
Yeah. Somebody shot in my car.
Or you've been shot?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm shot. But somebody shot my customer. Mm.
Okay.
Sir, are you saying someone is inside your car shot or just your car
And he said that
is shot?
already.
No, somebody in my car is shot.
Okay, the person, is they breathing?
Yeah, I see some breathing.
Do you have it yet, Grady? Lindbergh Drive and Adina Drive. Someone shot in his car. What kind of vehicle you're driving, sir?
Cadillac,
What
SUV,
color?
black.
Okay. You said a black Cadillac, is that correct?
Yes.
And turn your flashers light on, please.
Huh?
Turn your
That's crazy.
hazard lights on.
Huh?
Your flashers. Turn your flashers on. What's your phone number in case we get disconnected?
Now 1 second, I'm not gonna play the whole video, but I just really wanted you guys to just take a listen to that because it was just disturbing to me, like how they handled him in the phone call. It's like getting through, it's already bad enough I had that, we are going through what we're going through as people, black, white, brown, all of us. But the one place, and I say this time and time again, I know that we don't have the pandemic that happened and all of the things that went on with the police, and a lot of the police, some of them just probably fearful to the ones that do their job. They're probably afraid to do their job right now. But I'm like, at the end of the day, that's the one place that we are told that we're supposed to feel safe with these people. And my whole thing is this: is like, you think about a lot of the crime that goes on in a year's time, and you have to call the police, or you need medical assistance, and you have to call these people, and you have to deal with them. Now granted, not everybody that's going to call is going to speak English, and I feel like they need to have different types of races, or like people that can speak different types of languages to be able to interpret what these people are saying, because it's just like, you can't get mad at someone just because you can't necessarily understand them. There are other people out here, other than us, like, we want to be respected, for our blackness and stuff like that. But I definitely feel like we have to respect other people too. Respect goes a long way. In that situation, you can understand the guy was distraught. Someone had just been killed in his car. He was counting his blessings. And you sitting in the office, and you're being rude for no reason. I just think that that's real crazy. I feel like they definitely need to be held accountable for their lack of lack of um what am I trying to say for that? For that lack of one, for that lack of communication, but that lack of compassion for him in that situation. Understand that, it's one thing for him to be a foreigner. You get what I'm saying? That's already, up there with him. He probably goes throughout his day, and just not even him, but a lot of foreigners. You can imagine that they go throughout their life having to deal with that situation that everybody may not speak the same language as them, and then to be going through a traumatizing situation like that, and to be trying to communicate how he feels, can communicate the situation back to you. I just feel like they should be trained to have a little bit more compassion, because sometimes people be distraught, people be shaken up, so it's like they be at loss for words. They be trying to get it together, like mentally. It's like it's hard to process something like that. Like the young lady died in his back seat, or well, she was fighting for her life. Let me not say that, because I don't really know the state of the victim at the time that he called her. The ambulance and stuff like that. But I definitely, my deepest sympathy goes out to him too as well, because I'm pretty sure that was traumatizing for him to have to even experience that, and to have to sit there, like with the wait times that they like. First off, the wait times and however long, that was like a 9-minute phone call that they set on the phone. So imagine the time that he set on the phone, and the time that it took for them to actually get there to him, to actually get the body. He physically had to sit there in the car with this young lady, and I can understand that must have been hard for him. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, he had to do what he had to do. So my deepest condolences goes out to the late young lady and her family, and my sympathy, and my deepest, what can I say? My deepest remorse goes out to the Uber driver for just even having to endure that. Like, he didn't ask for that. He was just out there doing his job. And I know that that's one of the reasons why a lot of people, even like myself, would probably be fearful just to even be out doing something like that time of night, because you just never know. It's crazy out here. You go out, you can be working, you can be just going out to enjoy yourself, and boom, you hit by a straight bullet and stuff like that. And like I said, I don't know the details of this situation. I'm still actually keeping up with it, but I will give you guys more information as it comes to me. But I do want to move on to this next situation about the young lady that I was touching bases on earlier this week. The 16-year-old that was killed at the graduation ceremony. Now, originally I reported that they were at a graduation, that she was a graduate, and that she was at a graduation party. But from my understanding, there was a graduation event that had taken place somewhere else beforehand that had been shot down. Excuse my French. That had been shut down, and they relocated to the Benjamin E. Mays area, and that's where the shooting and the altercation occurred. But I'll play the video just for everyone that's not familiar with what I'm talking about. But I definitely want to give you my thoughts on that in a second.
There were no prior altercations that led to this shooting. There was nothing that Breasia did to cause this, to bring this about, to incite this. This was an unfortunate tragedy that has shaken our family and friend circle to its core.
Police say they got the call just before 2:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Another 16-year-old was also shot and was taken to the hospital in stable condition. Officials believe there were multiple shooters, but have not said what led up to the shots being fired.
To the young people, we want you to be safe. We want you to make quality decisions about where you spend your time and who you spend your time with. Late in the evening, after midnight, being able to figure out a way to go back home versus to find another destination to hang out and party.
As they search for the shooter, Huntley hopes Breasia's story will never be forgotten as they continue to speak out about gun violence in their community.
And I just hope that students and parents alike recognize that we just have to take one extra step. We have to pull back one extra curtain and just be a little more diligent. But we want to get to the bottom of this. We want to have some type of justice and peace and comfort of knowing what happened.
Anyone with information about the shooting is asked to call Crime Stoppers. They're currently offering a $10,000 reward. In Southwest Atlanta, Kim Muffler, Fox 5 News.
Kim, your heart breaks for that family. Thanks so much.
Okay, so to get back to that, now I can actually give my actual thoughts and feedback on that situation. First off, once again, my deepest condolences goes out to the family of that nice young lady, and I pray for a speedy recovery for the other student that was hit in the process of the situation. But I want to touch bases on something real quick. Like, I understand being a kid and you wanted to have fun and stuff like that. And yeah, that's cool. Nobody's not saying that it's not okay for you to have fun and it's not okay for you to live your life. No, that's what we want you to do. And I speak because now I'm a part of the more mature, I'm not going to say old, but I'm going to say mature crowd. So I look to you guys and I say that we all want you guys to win. We want you guys to have fun. We want you to live your life because we lived our lives. But there's a way to do it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. There's nothing fun about being shot. There's nothing fun about playing around with guns. I remember being younger, my mom never let us play with any type of guns, water guns, anything. If it resembled a gun, my mom didn't play that because my mom didn't want to instill that in us. It's okay to protect yourself, but you got to look at as a kid, you guys have so many things to you have so much to look forward to, at the end of the day. And it's like your life, it should be like the number one thing to you. I did so much as a teenager, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect because I had my own rocky journey, and I don't mind sharing that if it means helping reach at least one of y'all. If I can at least reach one, then that one will take the baton, and then he'll reach someone, and then she'll reach someone, so at the end of the day, I definitely want to say that my goal was to always make it home or make it to my place of destination. At the end of the day, just be safe. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of the people that you hang with. Just because your friends live a certain lifestyle, and I just whether good or bad, you don't have to ride the wave. It's okay for you to be like yourself. It's okay for you to do something different than that. You don't have to, and you don't have to go out all the time. Like, if you would have told me that at your age, I probably would have been like, oh yeah, whatever, go ahead on. But I mean, at this point in life, with all of the things happening, I get it. It's okay to stay at home. It's okay not to do anything. It's okay to be safe at the end of the day. It doesn't, like I say, it doesn't make you a punk. It doesn't make you any less than a man or a woman. Just to want to be safe, protect yourself, be mindful of who you're dealing with, who you're hanging with. Communicate with your parents. And parents, speaking of parents, let me touch base on that. I feel like parents need to get back to being in the kids whereabouts. Like they have all these devices. They trick y'all into getting them these $200 phones, these $500 phones and stuff like that. But these phones come with GPSs and trackers on them. It's like utilize those. Hey mom, utilize those technologies. Those things are put here for a reason. Know where your kids are. It's such a crazy world out here. Just last night, three kids came up, and let me real quick while I'm on this subject, let me play this video for you guys. I didn't have the chance to prepare it the way I would like to, but I'm still gonna show it to you guys. So just bear with me on this video. But I really want to show you this video before I get into this next point, because I just really thought that this was absolutely crazy, and I'm not judging, but I really want to know more.
With breaking news, missing children this morning. Take a look at your screen. Atlanta police say these children have been missing for 15 hours. That's 14-year-old Amaya Patterson on the left, her sister, 6-year-old Jayla McDaniel in the middle, and a cousin, 10-year-old Arthur Patterson on the right. They were last seen at a park near their home on Perry Boulevard yesterday afternoon. There is one clue. Take a look at this surveillance image. It was taken 90 minutes after they were last seen. It shows them a half-mile away near a Circle K on Hollywood Road. The red arrows point to the 3 missing children. You notice there's a 4th person in this image. Police have not said who that person is and if they're involved. Atlanta police say it's critical these children are found safe, and time is of the essence. So take another look at their pictures here. Call Atlanta police if you see them. It helps so much to share the pictures as well. So we posted them.
Okay, so now now I'm gonna get into that. Now the kids have been found. I did do a brief update on the story actually a couple of hours ago. But like I said, I wanted to make it here to the live with you guys so that I could talk to you about this. But the kids have been found. But my issue with that is it was said that the lady, she seen her kids in the park where it said that they were in the video, and that a couple of hours after that they end up coming up missing and things of that nature. Now the grandmother, she was at work, and when she returned home, she actually noticed that they wasn't there. But my thing with this is the mother wasn't at work, and the mother had seen them earlier. Is like, where was her antennas? Like, why didn't she go? Why didn't she, like instruct them to go home or sit right there with them? Like, what was she doing? You get what I'm saying? I'm not judging anybody's parenting or whatever, but this is a common example of know where your kids are, know what your kids are doing. Now, from my understanding, the kids were at a friend's house. Now, I'm trying to understand where was the communication in all of this, because if your children were at the park and they disappeared like that, then somebody should have known or been trained to know, if y'all disappear, if y'all go somewhere, you need to call somebody or let somebody know. Like we always say, it starts at home, but it's like too, children have to be trained, and children can only be taught what they're shown. And if you're not showing your kids or teaching your kids, things like, hey, if you're not teaching your kids how to communicate, and you're not um making your kids communicate with you, then you'll be in the blind. You never know what your kids have going on. And then sometimes, like even my mom, so sometimes you just gotta investigate on your own. Because we've all been kids. It's some stuff that kids just ain't gonna tell you. So you have to do your investigation on your own. But then too, it also boils down to knowing who your kids are friends with, knowing where these people houses are, knowing who their mamas are. You get what I'm saying? I couldn't personally, honestly, even if I was at a friend's house, one of my friend's mother would have called my mother to give my mother that comfort. Like I feel like it shouldn't have gotten that far to where now the situation is on the news, and it turns into this big missing thing. It's like just know where your kids are. Like at what point did parents just stop caring? Like, how can you know that your kids are gone for hours and hours and hours and hours out of your sight, and you just not want to know where they are? Like, my mother natural instinct was to come looking for me. Like, if I wasn't in public eye where she could see me, it's like I'm gonna go looking for his ass. You get what I'm saying? So I really don't understand how your kids could just be gone out of your sight. Anybody, not even just her, because I don't want to make this seem like it's a personal attack. This is just a PSA to all parents. Like, be more involved. We we keep talking about this village, but it's like to be a village, we all got to work together. We all have a job. We all have a role. It's like if your kid is doing something wrong, then you need to open up the door for that child to be disciplined. And it starts at home. If your child is receiving discipline at home, then when another person from the village in the neighborhood steps in respectfully, because sometimes people, there's some of y'all out there that like to just handle people kids and talk to people kids in a type of way. So that kind of messes up the village, the whole cooperation of the village. It's like you can't abuse your power in the village. It's just like if someone is entrusting in you to watch over their child or to be that adult that we all are expected to be around these kids, then it's just like I want you to treat my child how you would treat your child. But I'm hoping that like you treat your child good. You get what I'm saying? But my whole thing is this: if you see my child doing something wrong, say something. If I see your child doing something wrong, say something. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like we've gotten to the point where it's just like, well, I don't want this person saying anything to my child, and they get comfortable with this. They get comfortable with that. No, so ain't nobody gonna say this to me, and ain't nobody gonna say that to me. But then it's just like this: if you are disrespectful, then how you think your children gonna be? That's just real. Respect starts at home. If your children see you walking around being blatantly disrespectful to life, people, and being nasty and rude, then they're gonna be nasty and rude to people. That's why I say it doesn't hurt to be nice. Like, I'm so nice to people until you just really 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 just take that out of me, and I really 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 try to walk a real fine line with that nowadays, because I realize that it's so many miserable people out here. People ain't, like people ain't necessarily happy for you like that, and that like that's why you have to really really be mindful of the company that you keep, and the company that you keep around your kids too. At the end of the day, is like just as well as you want to protect the company that your kids keep, you got to protect the company that you keep around your kids too as well. It's like nowadays you have a lot of these men, they looking at these little girls. You get what I'm saying? And you too busy, you running behind him, you trying to be the perfect woman to him and stuff like that. But meanwhile, he's looking at your daughter and stuff like that. You got these child traffickers out there. Like, this, the world is crazy. It's a crazy place, and be mindful of the people that you keep in your company, because that reflects you too. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you not hanging with the right people, that could really, 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 really make or break you in the terms of, you get what I'm saying, life and your protection. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you know, like, nowadays you never know what people mixed up into. You know, not to say, but like with that situation with the young lady that was killed in Lindbergh and stuff like that. The, we don't know who she knew, you know, like what these people were after, you know, like what. So it's just like, you know, you have to be company, you have to be very, very careful of the company that you keep. But first and foremost, protect your kids. It's like, don't have kids if you don't care nothing about them. Like, I just can't fathom having kids and not wanting to protect them. That's like the first primary job you have when you wake up in the morning, having kids, protecting your kids, nourishing them, preparing them with the tools. Respect should be at the top of that list. There are a lot of disrespect for kids out here. It's like, back in the day, let me tell you something. I used to be scared to cuss in front of grown people. Nowadays, you got 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 3-year-olds cussing like sailors. It's cussing. Just cussing. And nobody's saying that. You got these kids out here walking around thinking that they thugs, and ain't nobody saying nothing. But that's cute. You get what I'm saying? Little girls out here, trying to twerk. Like, back in the day, used to be, girls, like, little girls are gonna be little girls. But I just feel like at some point you gotta remind these kids that they kids. And sometimes, with doing that, you're not gonna always be the good guy. You get what I'm saying? But that's what comes with being a parent. You can't be your child friend. Like, I want to, my thing is, I would rather my child respect me. Respect me for the authority, my presence. Respect me. Respect me enough to come and tell me what's on your mind. Respect me even out of my face. I feel like nowadays respect is just not something that's being enforced heavily in these kids. So it's like, when somebody like myself or Nana or Gigi go and say something to these kids, they ready to jump on poor poor mama, and and they ready, to buck with them. And it's just like, we knew better than that. Like, if the older lady on the block or the older man on the block told us something, we went by that. You get what I'm saying? We treated that as law, because we knew right from wrong. It wasn't a problem for one of my mom's friends to see me doing something wrong and to get me back in line because of that. It's just like, nowadays, y'all be so afraid or y'all be so defensive to have people saying something to your kids. But it's like, y'all ain't even saying nothing to your kids. But it's like, I'm supposed to accept your kid being disrespectful to me because you allow that at your house. It's like, no, no, we got to get past that. Like, kids need rules. They have rules for a reason. Kids need structure. Kids are not grown. These are the reasons why kids need rules. Kids need to understand that there's things happening out here. Y'all need to enlighten these kids. You get what I'm saying? Back in the day, we had to fear God in us. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, growing up, you know, like you always heard stories about people snatching the kids and stuff like that. These kids ain't worried about that. They going out here, they running wild, they doing whatever they want to do. They're not afraid of getting snatched. They're not afraid of not being able to come home at the end of the day. And that's scary. That's scary. They so these kids are so ruthless and so bold that they ain't scared of nothing. And that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. They want to beat on me. They want to beat on you. They want to beat on my mom. They want to beat like they just want to beat up on everybody, and they want to kill everybody. And this is what we left with. And it's like it gotta stop. It gotta stop. We gotta do something. Like we sit down. And this is another thing. I'm tired of having these conversations. Like I'm tired of having these conversations in the comfort of us. You get what I'm saying? We get in huddles and we talk about. We really need to do something. We need to do something. We need to get together. We need to figure it out, but we need to do something. You get what I'm saying? We just need to do something with these kids. It's like they taking everything away. You know, like back in the day, we had game rooms, we had camps. You know, children we used to like to go to Six Flags and stuff like that. It's like all these kids care about nowadays is smoking weed, popping pills, fucking, excuse my French audience, playing with guns, scamming, they're trying to just live this like it's like no, it's like kids should be kids. Have fun with it. Like kids don't want to do stuff kids do no more because you know they see what the adults are doing. They think it's fun. They don't see the struggle. It's not easy being an adult. It's not easy being an adult. There's bills. You get what I'm saying. You got the stress of y'all. You get what I'm saying. You got the stress of the people at the job. It's stressful. It's just stressful. There's no other way to just paint this to you. It's stressful. It's like it's. I had more fun as a kid. This is what I'm trying to get to you. Have fun. Enjoy being a kid. I couldn't wait to just enjoy the milestone of becoming 18. Some of y'all ain't even making it to 18. Y'all don't see a problem with that? Y'all don't think there's nothing wrong with that? Like, that's not weird to y'all? I want to see kids enjoy life. I want to see them grow up, walk across the aisle, you know, graduate, throw them caps up in the air, go after their dreams, take those trips, go to college, whatever it is that you choose to do. But I just want to see you make it. I want to see us all make it. But we really cannot ignore what's going on out here in the world today. You get what I'm saying? These kids have lost their way. I feel like the parents have lost their way. You know, y'all don't let the system tell y'all to just practically be scared of your children. Let your children do whatever they want to. But see, that's what they want. That's what they want. They want y'all to stop disciplining your kids. They want you to stop. They want us to stop being that village so that the kids can do exactly what they're doing now, running wild. I'm gonna go out and say this real quick. Happy Pride Month, you know, to all my LGBTQ. I probably said that in the wrong order. Happy Pride Month to you all. Shout out to you all, you know, much love to everybody out there in that community and things of that nature. One thing I do want to say while I'm on that, I hate that. Well, I dislike. My grandmother taught me, teaching me not to use that word. I dislike the fact that now everything that you utterly look at has gay things in them. You know, like I'm personally, I like what I like. You know, and that's and that's my business personally. But I just feel like when it comes down to things for the kids, I feel like these kids are being exposed way too much to adult things. Like, I'm gonna share something with you, and I'm gonna make a point out of this. You know, as a kid growing up, I was enjoying being a kid, but while I enjoyed being a kid, I was always judged for things that I did. You get what I'm saying? And it was always, oh, he gonna be gay when he grow up, and oh, that ain't what boys do. This, but I speak for myself, and I speak for all kids when I say on that point, nobody's thinking. As a kid, sexuality is the last thing on your mind. I was enjoying being a kid. Let these kids be kids. It's like kids are only exposed to what you expose them to. You gotta understand, kids don't even know what gay is until you explain it to them, until you tell it to them. You get what I'm saying? That's just like with respect. Kids don't know what respect is until you show it to them. You get what I'm saying? It's like, as parents, be mindful what you expose your kids to, and what you have your kids exposed to. Respect is something that your kids should be exposed to, but they're exposed to adult things, Growing up, when my mom and her friends chilled with each other, we wasn't in their face. Nowadays, y'all smoking weed, y'all drinking, children sitting right there. Where they do that at? Y'all don't care nothing about, like y'all don't care that they like they kids. They need to be in a kid's place. I rarely hear that. Go be in a child's place. Stay in a child's place. They don't say that no more. A child has a place. That's why they call it a child's place. Um, we didn't grow up having gay characters in Scooby Doo. We didn't grow up having gay characters in anything. Like, we knew. You get what I'm saying? And obviously, like some of the characters probably was, like maybe dressed a little weird or acted. You get what I'm saying? A little, but it wasn't like, hey, whoo. You get what I'm saying? It was just like every other scene. It wasn't that. I feel like TV is a little bit more graphic than it was when we were younger. When we were younger, there was a little bit more PG-13, we couldn't even see sex scenes, like our like when those types of things came on, my girl, I'm like, y'all close y'all eyes or stay scoot past those things. It's just like nowadays there's no parental advisory in the homes anymore. Kids are exposed to everything except what they are supposed to be exposed to. And that's been everything that comes with being a kid, being taught respect, being taught home training. A lot of you kids will grow up and won't even know what that phrase means. Home training. They call it home training because it starts at home. A lot of your kids go in people's houses. They don't respect their home. That start at home. If your kid don't respect your home, then how are they gonna come in my house and respect my home? Don't bring them. Leave them at your home. Begging. My growing up, my family was really big on that. You get what I'm saying? I don't like to even somewhat ask people for stuff because it just because of that that rule that my mother instilled in us. When we walked in, when people ate, we couldn't even look. We couldn't even sit around people while people was eating. Like your kids be sitting somewhere hungry, staring in other people's faces and stuff like that. Like that's not cool. Eating, the food all in their mouth. It's just like talking back. We couldn't even, like if big mama, uncle, auntie, anybody, an adult said something to you, you couldn't talk back to them. You couldn't talk back to them. Nowadays, kids got a rebuttal for everything. You got everything. Everything comes with a rebuttal. Everything comes with a fight. What happened to the days where if you said anything other than yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, you got your teeth knocked out your mouth? I know that society is preaching this gentle parenting, but this gentle parenting ain't getting us nowhere. It's not. It's getting us keep having these conversations. I want to talk about other stuff, but this is what's current. These kids are first and foremost priority. We got to protect these kids, and I want to try to figure out a way. um I don't want to just sit here, like anymore. Like let's try to come up with events. Let's work together. Let's put out money, or let's come up with events. Let's throw little barbecues. Even back in the day, we used to get together and throw barbecues at the park. Kids don't even like going to the park no more. You get what I'm saying? They just don't like doing things that kids do. I remember we used to get together, have barbecues and stuff like that, and hang out. It's just crazy, and I just hate, like I said, that the young lady, she lost her life earlier this week and stuff like that. And the city's just getting crazier. It's just getting real crazy, man. Um, it's just really, really crazy out here. We 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 have to start taking accountability too. A lot of parents be so in denial about how bad, like, you really, really, really know. And we say, to me and my co-host, we talked about this. You really know how bad your kids is. Like, nobody really has to tell you that. I feel like everybody knows their child deep within. So it's like, it's okay to be down for your child, but have a backbone to it's okay to let your kids know when they wrong. Like, children are wrong a lot, a lot. You get what I'm saying? You have to let them know that it's okay to make mistakes, just long as you correct those mistakes and you rectify them. Like, I feel like if you're forever just letting your kids go on and on and on, and letting them feel like what they doing is right, then we end up with these mass murderers out here, these terrorists. That's not cool. These people didn't deserve to lose their life. You get what I'm saying? And then that's just like the lady from last night. It's like, I'm not judging her, but then it still goes back to, how are your kids at a park go from a park to end up at a friend's house, and you had no other idea. Now maybe the friend probably called, last night and said, hey, I'm not sure about those details. But my whole thing is this: it's like, that situation could have been handled a lot better than what it was. Those kids shouldn't have left your eyesight, or shouldn't have left an adult. First off, they shouldn't have been somewhere without you, period. And if you seen them, you should have been clear as to what was their next move, or you should have guided them, because ultimately you are an authority. As a parent, you are a authoritative figure. And I feel like nowadays people are forgetting that. It's like, you lay down the law. You the closest thing to the police in children's life. If you're not laying down the law, how do you expect for them to respect the law? How do you expect for the law to be enforced if you're not laying down the law? Start laying down the law. Let's move on real quick. So, one more thing I wanted to talk about. The baby. A baby was shot over in we know the apartments is Allen Temple. Baby was shot last night. A 1-year-old was shot. Um I'm thinking it was a stray bullet. I'm gonna come back with that story. I'm gonna actually pull up the video for y'all, but I wanted to talk to y'all about that. I think, like they closed all these apartments down. This is really talk about it. You get what I'm saying? They closed Bankhead Courts down. They closed Herndon Home down, University now. But amazingly, these apartments are still up. Those and these other ones down on Fairburn. I'm all about affordable housing and stuff like that. But then I'm like this. If tearing down the projects was about removing the crime, then I feel like those should have been the first apartments that they started with, because that's just crazy. Like so many people. They're just like those apartments that what's them apartments that sit over there by the penitentiary jail? Y'all know which ones I'm talking about though. Yeah. Okay. I just feel like just some areas, some apartments need to be shut. Flipper Temple, yeah, that's the ones I'm talking about. The Flipper Temple, that's the ones that the person got shot in. I mean, the 1-year-old got shot in. I think that Four Seasons. Thank you, Jill. I definitely think that they need to shut down them apartments. I'm like, how do y'all shut down some of the best hoods? In my personal opinion, just to leave the death traps up. I really have a problem with that. So I definitely think that the city people need to get together and try to figure out what they're gonna do. I wouldn't mind, I'm not being funny, but I wouldn't mind that being towed down and that being, regentified a little bit, because that's a death trap. Like I wouldn't even want to go over there. Like the mail lady, she got hit by a bullet by mistake and she was doing her job. Just imagine me going to go deliver something to somebody and Lord forbid, knock on wood. It's like, I don't want to go nowhere. And, like, that's like Death Valley. I don't want to do that. And I don't understand why them apartments still up. And I feel like if they know that this type of crime, like some stuff, I just feel like if they know that it's this type of crime, like y'all need to have all types of polices and things in there. And then, like in some cases, they don't really care that the police do be there. I do see police over there sometimes. Them people, they don't really care, which is another reason why they need to be tore down. You see, Four Seasons was right there by the police penitentiary. And look how that worked out. You kind of get what I'm saying? So it's just obvious. You get what I'm saying? Tear them down. Move them people on. But yeah, let's just do better by these kids. Hopefully by the time we come back for the next show, we definitely can move on to some other things. And before I go, I do want to talk about something too. I feel like we as men, older men, we need to be more like big brothers and big uncles and more like father figures and great examples to these young men. I feel like these young men, they need father figures, or good father figures, not just any father figures. Like all males need some type of positive father figures in their lives so that they can become great men. And I feel like we as men, we got to do our part. The real men, I'm speaking to the real men out there. We got to do our part, and we got to step up and be more involved in these boys' lives. You get what I'm saying? I'm not talking about in the way that the street guys are. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times you have the older guys, y'all are the ones giving these young boys the gun after y'all don't put bodies on them and stuff like that, and you selling these guns off because you need some money and you broke and stuff like that. Be more of an example to the kids. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how they are killing each other. You getting them to tools to kill each other. They don't need no gun. It's just like this. What happened to the days where the OGs taught us to get out there I'm not promoting the violence, but just taught us to get out there and fight. Like if you, my whole thing is this: what I equate with the gun violence. You have, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna speak to all y'all young boys out there walking around here, y'all guns holding, y'all want everybody to see y'all little guns and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. That ain't nothing but, excuse my French to everybody out there, but that ain't nothing but a bunch of bitch assness. No real man has to walk around with his stick out or clip out just to prove that he about that life. Because if you run up on him, he gonna let you know. He gonna show you. That's the difference between a real man and a boy. See, a lot of y'all got a lot of mouth. A lot of y'all are running your mouth. You're being disrespectful. And then when it's time for somebody to put you in your place, you want to go run and go get your stick. You want to go run and go get the tool. But get what? You could have just kept your mouth shut. You could have just shut up. You get what I'm saying? That's really what it's about. You notice that all these men got gun, like now since they don't switch that little gun law, all everywhere you see is boys walking around with their gun hanging out because they scared. That's what I equate that to. Because it's like nobody else is scared. You're not scared nobody because you walking around with it sitting right there on you. You're scared. And that's basically telling me that you were so fearful for what could happen to you that you had to, oh yeah, I gotta let them know that I got it on me. Cause a real fool don't care. A real fool gonna get you either way it goes. So I just really, but if my whole thing is this: if you wasn't doing stuff to put your life in danger, you wouldn't have to worry about having it on you all the time, as the kids say. I got it on me. I stay with it on me. How about staying with God on you? Staying with a Bible on you. Half y'all niggas don't even stay with money on you. But I always say, I got it on me. I got it on me. Okay. Half y'all ain't even got, let alone a fifth grade reading education on you. But you got it on you. You got the stick on you. Like real man don't have to flash. That's money. That's guns. None of that. Real men don't have to do that. That's whack. I'm all about protecting yourself, but I feel like nowadays guns have become accessories for these young boys. It's just like an accessory. Okay, like I ain't even gonna wash my ass, but I'm gonna make sure I have a gun on me. And that's another thing. It's like teach your kids hygiene. Hygiene. A lot of you really don't teach your kids hygiene. My thing is this: it's so many of you young males walking around here smelling like last week and smelling like last month, and you girls are out there sleeping with them, and you wondering why you are either ending up in the hospital or you probably are smelling some type of way. And you letting this boy, you letting him brainwash you, you riding for him and stuff like that, and you can't even tell him that he need to wash his ass. You get what I'm saying? But that's something that he should have been told at home, by his parent. But get on your children about hygienes. And it's not just these little boys. It's some of you little girls out here too. Some of these little girls out here don't even know how to properly clean themselves. Some of these boys out here don't even know how to properly wipe their ass. You get what I'm saying? Excuse my French, but that's the only way that I can explain what I'm saying. It's like hygiene and deodorant. A lot of these young boys are scared of deodorant. Have you ever just walked past some of these young boys nowadays and you get a whiff of them and it's just like, God damn, like you don't believe in no deodorant? And then like that, like it's crazy. It's just like you have it on you, have some deodorant on you. You get what I'm saying? That's what you need to have on you. Like I understand you out here get money, you get what I'm saying, but take a bath in between. You get what I'm saying? Even with that, I look at it like this. If you can get out there and you can sell drugs, you can start a business. That's entrepreneur skills. You get what I'm saying? You, you can sell drugs, you can sell anything. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like some of y'all need to take some of your talents. Take your talent and utilize it. Get out these streets. Utilize your talent. A lot of y'all, it be so many talented people, homeless, people out there on the street. Some of the most talented people are out there on the street wasting their talent. It's like use what God gave you. That don't necessarily mean you about to use your talent. Use your gift. We all have gifts. Use your gift. Whitney Houston said, I believe the children are the future, and I do believe that too. Which is why we trying to sit here and we trying to make sure y'all have a future. Shout out to everybody that is supporting this live. Shout out to everybody that supports me as a whole. Like I said, if you guys have any topics that you want me to cover, any subjects, anything, you get what I'm saying? We covering relationship advice, friendship advice. You got something on your heart that you want to talk about. Feel free. Hold on 1 second. I forgot. I've been sitting right here talking to y'all. I forgot. So feel free to DM your boy at our official Kicking It with NK page on Instagram. You can DM me all your topics, any topics that you may have that you want me to add to the docket and stuff like that. Like I said, if you have some relationship advice, you get what I'm saying, you need some friendship advice. You just want to talk, period. You get what I'm saying? You just having a bad day. You call into the show, we get you on, we can have a little one-on-one session. You get what I'm saying? I'm all about the village. I'm all about, us coming together to help each other. It takes a village to raise a child, but at the same time, it takes us it takes one of us to lift the other one out the bucket too. Like when one of us get out the bucket, you put don't be afraid to pull somebody else up. You get what I'm saying? Like I want to see everybody win. That's the reason why when I do stuff, I try to include other people into it because I'm all about wanting to see everybody win. One of the main reasons why these other races and things are succeeding because they're not afraid to put the next person on or to help the next person. I want to see us all get money so that we can be what we truly represent. We are all kings and queens. We're all diamonds and you get what I'm saying? Diamonds and gold and pearl. We all of that. We represent all of that. And the only way we can do that is to help each other get to that level. I'm so tired of my black people. 1 second. Two, you can follow me on Instagram at notoriouskill.com. I'm so tired of all of my black people. I'm so tired of us just being so negative to each other. We be so evil to each other. It's like what happened to the compassion? We all going through something out here at the end of the day. Like it ain't just one of us. What happened, like I say, what happens to one of us, it happens to all of us. And we all got to just stick together. It's crazy out here, at the end of the day. I love y'all though. And this has been another great show. One second. I have something for you guys. One second. One second. Hmm. I need something. I got something for y'all. I'm trying to see. Am I going to give y'all that right now? I'm thinking I might want to do something special for y'all real soon. Cause I got some stuff that I've been working on, and I just really just want the people to tell me what they think. Um, so I think I might do it. Just give me 1 second, and I think I might do it. If I have it on hand, I'm gonna actually give y'all just a brief taste, a little taste of this record that I got. That my next single. I'm gonna give y'all just a brief taste. Just let me see. Can I find it? If I can't find it, then y'all just gonna have to wait. But don't say that I did not try. Wait, just let me see for a second, cause I don't think. Um, yeah, I don't think that that's gonna happen today, you guys. I'm having a hard time finding this file. But like I said, I thank you guys for just tuning in and supporting the show and stuff like that. I will be giving y'all a preview of that new record real soon, though. I don't think I have it on hand right now, and I don't want to hold y'all up trying to search for it because I really don't know. I don't think I saved it on here, but I got new music coming real soon. So that's all y'all need to know. Y'all gonna love it. You gonna eat the shit up. But in the meantime, I want y'all to love and fall in love with my new single. Is the intro. It's actually the intro of the show video coming soon. You actually get to see that at the beginning of the show, but it's coming soon. So thank you guys for kicking it in the A with Notorious K. It's been a great one. Like I said, if you guys have any topics, any news, or any of that you guys want to just get out, let me know. Hit me up, DM me, all of the above. It's been a
Just
good
a
one,
piece of your
ATV.
day. Come and chill with your boy NK. Me and my crew sending news your way. From east to west, north to south, we in the streets all day. From hot topics to gossip to hot news. He got people out here blessing them, yeah, he hot too. The gang chose me and yeah, I do. Used to be the underdog, but yeah, I grew. You hear about blessings in life, but I'm proof. See a lot of faking around, but I'm the truth. Like OJ, niggas know I got the juice. Even if found niggas know I got the youth. I shoot a shot like bitch, you know I had to shoot. I plant them seeds so niggas know I got the root. Before you came, man, you know he had to lose. If it ain't about the money, man, you know he got a school. Kicking it with Notorious K. We gon' vibe in the glorious way. In the glorious way. Kicking it with Notorious K. We gon' vibe and have a glorious day. Right here in the A. Kicking it with Notorious K. We gon' vibe in the glorious way. In the glorious way. Kicking it with Notorious K. We gon' vibe and have a glorious day. Right here in the A.
Hold on, you guys. 1 second. I think you guys might be in luck. Y'all might be in luck. Hold on 1 second. Let me just look through some things real quick. I'm just trying to get these singles to y'all. Cause I really want y'all to hear it. You get what I'm saying? I'm working on the album. So that's the reason why it's taking a little bit longer. I really want to give y'all this album. So like I say, just work with me. I'm gonna try one more thing. If I can't, then I promise y'all on my next live, I'm definitely gonna let y'all hear it. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Can I find it? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
The gang chose me and yeah, I do. Used to be the underdog, but yeah,
Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, you guys. So I found it. I found it. I found it. Well, that's not the one, but I'm gonna let y'all hear this one. I'm gonna let y'all hear this one. Keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. And I'm not done with it yet, but I'm giving y'all a preview. So here we go. Okay. It's a live preview of my new track.
YSL for the lens. They ain't wanna see me win. They ain't wanna see me win. Nah. They ain't wanna see me win. Nah. They ain't wanna see me win. Fake as fuck like we was friends. They ain't wanna see me win. Niggas like to play pretend. They ain't wanna see me win. I can see it from they ain't wanna see me win. Nah. They ain't wanna see me win. I can see it deep within. Hide they frowns behind they grin. Swear Lord is a sin. They ain't wanna see me win. Nah. They ain't wanna see me win. Nah. They ain't wanna see me win. But I still did though. They ain't wanna see me win. Nah. They ain't wanna see me draped up, then I dripped out. Told niggas I'ma tip big. Watch shit when I step out. Pop shit, I'ma black out. Got more things than the crack house. Checks in, about to cash out. Bedroom looking like a stash house. They ain't wanna see me win, but I did though. They ain't wanna see me win, but I did that. Man, God gave me the plan, man. I just understood the message. Big up to Jesus. They ain't wanna see me win, but I'm still winning. They ain't wanna see me win. Put on their neck.
You gave me the plan, man.
They ain't wanna see me win.
I understood the
high
sign.
hell as a sin. They ain't wanna see me win. YSL for the lens. They ain't wanna see me win. I can see that it's a trend. They ain't wanna see me win.
They ain't wanna see me win.
They ain't wanna see me win. Nah. They ain't wanna see me win. But them niggas still played though. Play hard to the bullshit.
But the niggas still played though. They ain't want to see your boy win, but the niggas still played though. This has been another great day in the A with your boy Notorious K. And like I said, they ain't want to see me win, but the niggas still played though.
They ain't want to see me
One
win.
thing about it, you may not want to see me win, but I advise you don't play the game.
They ain't want to see me win.
Don't even play the game because I'm still gonna win. I love y'all.